to share my stories as a frontliner. A lot of frontliner, I'm just one of them. Every frontliner's story is unique. I'm not sure what is mine for you. I'm a student. I had no experience in activism before June this year. On June 9, it's my first time I went to the anti-extradition march with 1 million of Hong Kongers because the Hong Kong government didn't even consult the public on it. Most Hong Kongers, including myself, do not trust the Chinese judiciary system. When the Hong Kong government dismissed the voices of 1 or even 2 million of Hong Kongers, I suddenly woke up to the horror of the totalitarian regime. That is, the dictator does not care about the well-being of the citizens. So, I decided to continue the fight, hoping that I would witness the success of our democratic movement one day. At the start, I only worked at the back of the protest to help with supplies to the fund. After seeing so many innocent civilians being hurt by tear gas, I tried to help as a volunteer first aider. So I moved closer and closer towards the front line. Now, I no longer ran away from the tear gas. I went up to extinguish them. You know, my biggest fear on the front line is seeing my fellow protesters fall when we are running away from the riot police. I know he or she will be caught and beaten, but I have to abandon them and keep running away so I won't be caught also. Otherwise, there would be 1 person less in our protest. I saw with my own eyes that emotionally charged police using excessive force, brutally beating the heads of those who had already surrendered with baton. I witnessed police pepper spraying protesters at close range and using pepper balls and beanbags rounds without any warnings. I know there is many international news focus on certain actions of frontline protesters, such as the use of fire as a barricade without understanding why such actions were taken. Frontliners didn't do it because they were angry. It is because police often charge at protesters and dispersed tear gas within 5 minutes after they flared their warning signs. I can make sure that there was simply not enough time for peaceful protesters to live there. Therefore, frontliners set up fire barricades to buy time so that people behind the front line can actually go home safely. I have to emphasize that if Taiwan is a beacon of democracy in Asia, then Hong Kong is the beacon of freedom in Asia. The Chinese totalitarian regime is extending and digging its claws into the rest of the world. Hong Kong is at the front line of pushing back the dictatorial expansion and in defending the way of life in a free society. If we, the Hong Kongers, fail this fight, it will further strengthen the ability and resolve of CCP's exporting of its so-called China model. So, I have to emphasize that again. Our fight is also your fight. Hong Kongers are experimenting with different ways to pushing back the dictatorial CCP. With your support, together we will win. The Western democracy will win. For us, We try to defend our basic human rights and civil liberties together. These are our birthright. It's not something that we should beg from our government. When they rob us of our birthright and our free will, we will rather fight to our deaths than to be dehumanized. Now I'm trying to urge the United States to do something. Change the engagement policy and impose economic sanction of China, the granting of permanent normal trade relations and WTO membership to the PRC as made CCP rich. And the PRC erasing power, all this able the CCP blatantly exporting its dictatorial model to endure Western democracy and the rule of law. And the another is, please pass and implement the Human Rights and Democracy Act as soon as possible. Every day, every second, we hope that please the international should stand with Hong Kong, because we are not just Hong Kong, the international. We also against for the dictatorial. Yeah, thank you.